Hi everyone, how are you? I am here with Amvira today. She's back from her big holiday and
Hello.
how you going, Amvira? Everything good?
Oh yeah, it has been a huge month. Sorry, I was not there here last month because I was back home in India. It was a crazy month. I don't know. For me, it was really crazy. It was healing, very healing, but it was a very Uranian month for me. Actually, my Uranus is squaring at the moment. There are some alignments going on, but I was not expecting what happened in this month, but it was very healing as well. I learned a lot about surrender. I went on a spiritual retreat. Um, I think my soul aligned itself to. I've become more comfortable with not knowing what's going to happen because in last month the things which happened I was not expecting that, so I have to surrender. So I learned a little bit more about surrender, and I've got a little bit more comfortable with the discomfort of not knowing, let's put it that way. So it has been a huge month for me, huge month for me. I can't, yeah, in even if I start talking, I don't know where to start. But even if decide to start talking, tell you something about it, it'll take more than an hour to share with you what all the synchronicities which happen, the unexpected things, the healing, the retreat. A lot was shown to me. So yeah, it was an interesting month, a very transforming month for me. Yeah. And how about you, Xenia? I mean,
Yeah, my October was more insightful in the sense of I have been having a lot of time for myself
mm,
uh, to make certain realizations and really paying attention to what the to the feedback I'm getting based on what I'm thinking, what I'm picking up from the ether, the fact that I think about something and then someone says it out loud. Um, so yeah, my spiritual journey is growing and I'm really calling in things. I'm calling, like I'm manifesting. Like for example, I made when I moved into this house, we had issues with the oven, and yes, I did complain about it, but not too bad.
mhm.
In the sense I mentioned, there is this stuff coming out of the oven. I don't know how healthy it is. I know the guy said that it's just stuff burnt in it. But anyway, yesterday I got a new oven. There you go. So, without even really asking for it, I was happy to just deal with it because I'm gonna be here only for a few months. But I got a new oven now. I got a new oven, so I'm very happy with
Mhm.
that. And
Yeah,
also
that's
the advice
amazing.
I'm giving to others, like my brother, for example, I asked him what it was going to be at Christmas, and he said, "Oh, I don't know. I never get Christmas off." He's a pilot. I never get Christmas off, and I said to him, "Well, why don't you make a wish?" And 3 days ago, he sent me a text message, a text message saying, "Oh, I got Christmas off." So I was like, "Great."
Oh,
So we're gonna be celebrating Christmas here in my new house, my new holiday house, and see, it's I love it. I just love because I'm getting this feedback and signs straight away back on saying you are on the right path. So just be patient.
yeah. I guess
So yeah.
that's was my experience as well in October. Like, be patient, and also I realized that when the things were happening, how far I have come. So it's like I was moving on this new terrain as this new me somehow. Because in October, I guess things were shown to us, and to me at least, I don't know. I think that was a collective as well, like this realization that how far we have come from who we were in last year or before that, through
Mm.
this uh, alignments and this, these planets transiting our natal chart. there is something, there's a certain kind of trust which that empowerment in ourselves, like, because we have been learning, I guess in October we have been learning how our energy wants to move and what feels right and good and real, even if it feels foreign or uncomfortable in that moment. We know how to deal with it. There's a certain kind of trust when it's, I guess that's what October was to show us that. And in October, I didn't share that, but in October, a lot of planets were in the domicile. Like Venus was in Libra in its own house, in its own sign. Mars was in Scorpio again in its own sign. Jupiter in Cancer, where it was exalted. So we were feeling these higher energies. And I guess that's what happened in October for me at least, I guess. And as I'm listening to you, it happened for you as well. So there was a deep focus on that, how we hold ourselves and how we hold ourselves in our connection, and showing us that how far we have come,
Yeah.
and just like what is our truth, what's uh like holding our own authority in those situations and honoring others, but holding our own authority and
Yeah.
standing in our own sovereignty. So
Yeah, that's
all
right.
that was shown to us, and I guess that was what October was. Do you agree with me, Zinnia?
Yeah,
What do you
look,
think?
yeah, look, one of the things I teach people and I talk to anyone that knows me is always about you need to be sure who you are. It's
Mm,
always my cards always tell you you need to start becoming your authentic self. You
mm-hmm,
need to start stripping out what does not belong to
mm,
discover who you are, who even in the readings that I've been doing with my clients, it really comes in as you need to understand what values you have, what
mm,
values you don't want to have anymore and can be
mm,
you can get rid of.
mm,
So and discerning. Not everything you see, it's true. Everyone has
mm,
their own truth. And it's
mm.
really up to you the way you want to act once you come across a piece of information, a person, an emotion, etc. It's up to you what you want to do with that. So
Yeah.
yeah, and so now what you're saying, it's mine every day.
Mhm. Yeah, I
Everyday
know.
thing. So, but anyway, let's move on, Anvira, because otherwise this video is gonna get 2 hours
Too
long.
long. Yeah, no, 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 no.
So let's talk
Let's
about
move on to
November.
November. November, what's there in November? So November again is huge. It's going to shake things up. Um, because we are going to revisit the lessons we have learned again and reassess our choices, because we'll be circling back to the themes that began earlier this year for November. So it's all about recalibrating. I would say, kind of like hitting the review button on parts of your life where the planets were in the start of the year, in the past years, I would say. So because remember, I told you I was not here in October, but in September, Saturn moved back into Pisces, where it was 2.5 years ago, for 2.5 years, and then Neptune moved back into Pisces as well in October. So this time, Uranus is going to return in Taurus for the last time before it moves forward. So I feel the planets this month are lining up exactly as they were at the start of the year. And on top of that, we will talk about Mercury going retrograde, and there will be a Scorpio activation in the mix as well. So honestly, November is packed. A lot of shifts, insights, and things resurfacing that need our attention. Because to move forward, we have to look back and reassess that we have made the right choices, right? That's actually that has been the whole year, because as we all talk about astrologically and spiritually as well, there's a new consciousness. So for the new consciousness to emerge, we have to look back and see what have we learned and how much we have come. You can't just jump into a new energy field at like that, just like that, right? So you have to resolve things that might come up from the past. So that would be this month. So what I just thought this time, Zinnia, that we'll divide this month into 4 weeks, and each week I'll share what is the energy like, and then for every week you can do the tarot reading. So I guess that would be easier for our
Yeah.
viewers to understand what is the energy for every week, right? So
Yeah,
we'll go week by week.
yeah, sorry to interrupt, my dear. I just want to pull out just a general message for the month.
Yeah,
So there is definitely new influx of energy.
yeah.
This energy is asking us to make better choices. You really need to start making choices based on what you truly believe in and what you truly love doing. It's a month of choices. And wow, massive changes. There's going to be massive changes this month. And changes that you're not even expecting. So it'll be interesting to see how that resonates, but things that you're not even seeing or predicting will change in your life. And will all be like and and some of those changes are gonna come as a surprise. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's a surprise changes. So
Yeah.
I feel like it might be a month where while things are changing, I wonder if, because this is now in reverse, which is, I feel like I don't know if it's going to be moving. I feel like it might be a slow month, or maybe it's the retrogrades, things are coming back.
Yeah,
Because it's
yeah.
not
So there
moving
are changes,
ahead,
but yeah.
it's back, it's coming back.
Resurfacing from the past. So the changes is like resurfacing, and where we have to make choices and see how far we have come, and um, are we align ourselves or recalibrate ourselves to our values, the stronger, our priorities and our values. So should we go week by week?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So let's start with week one. So week one, really, we have a new moon. Oh, sorry, full moon. Uranus going retrograde in Taurus, and Mars moving into Sagittarius. So we'll start with November 4, where Mars moves into Sagittarius. So Mars, we all know, is the planet of drive, assertion, desires. It is on a mission, right? So for 6 weeks it was going deep into intensity. So Mars in Scorpio is like a detective on a mission. It's digging the truth, unearthing old wounds, like what Zinnia, you were sharing, that you have been looking at your patterns, and I did the same thing, chasing obsessions and turning pain into power. So Scorpio, wherever Scorpio touches in your chart, you probably felt that heat, that control, and the transformation. Now the Mars is on November 4, it's stepping into Sagittarius, and the energy actually shifts. So this detective, which has been digging deeper, it is now carrying a magnifying glass. From a magnifying glass, it is now carries a compass. So it is this explorer, the preacher, the adventurer, it is chasing the truth, and that fight for what it believes in, you know, it is inspirational. Sometimes it is fanatical. It is like boldly saying out the truth loudly, right? But the Mars ruler, Jupiter, the interesting part why I'm talking about Mars, because Mars moves really fast. Because Mars ruler Jupiter is in Cancer, where Mars was going retrograde direct earlier this year. So that's where now the Mars ruler is in Cancer. And it is, so the Mars is saying, I want to run. What does growth really mean for you? So the Jupiter stops you and say, well, why are you running? What exactly are you running for? So it's more than a expansion for the sake of expansion. There is going to be an inner expansion. So though Mars wants action, it wants to fight for the truth, but the Jupiter wants reflection because it's in Cancer. And as I say, Mars was retrograded and direct at the same points. So it's like learning the same lesson, which was earlier this year. So most of the November, when you hear me say, you will hear me saying, learning the same lessons which came up early this year. So this would be a theme for this month, really. So Mars will be in Sagittarius until mid-December. So I would like you to notice what drives you, what you fight for, whether your actions are aligned with what you have become with your heart. So be more aware of it. Energy in this time, it's more like a transformative energy. More than external, it's more internal, right? So discernment, it's all about discernment and seeing that, aligning your energies with your values and what you have become. And also, this Mars is opposing the Uranus in Gemini. So you might, as you were saying in the chart, flashes of insight and some jolts which will happen, and you will realize that you want to break free from those things which don't no longer serve you. Now, as I said, there are two things happening after Mars moves in Sagittarius opposite Uranus. One, full moon is in Taurus on the 5th at 13 degrees. So I would say if you have any planets between 9 degree to 16 degree on Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, or Aquarius, then you might feel this moon really deep. So Taurus, as we know, is a very grounded and earthy energy. So it reminds us to feel our bodies. So basically, in this full moon, you you will have this realization you can't transform what you refuse to feel. So if you have been trying to transform from your head, like you're thinking about it, but if you're not feeling it in your body, it's not real transformation. You have to feel that transformation. You have to. So in this time, you might notice where you resist change because it feels uncomfortable, right? Sometimes we can talk about change easily, but feeling the change is different, right? So this Taurus will remind you that, so feel that change in your body. So let go of anything that has grown too heavy. So feel what is feeling heavy: relationships, people, things, the patterns, and honor what is truly lasting. You know, comfort or nourish your growth, not just keep yourself still in that. So instead of the heady thing, Taurus is all about feeling that change. So I would say Taurus is also about self worth. It's about patience, perseverance, all that. So stop hustling for worthiness. Don't think about that you are worthy. You are always been enough, not think about it that I'm worthy, I'm worthy. We do affirmation a lot, but feel that you have always been worthy. You don't have to become something to be of worth. You are worthy because you know, um, you are God. I always say that we are the manifestation of God. Yeah, God's energy. So, so Taurus, commit to what matters. So now again, Mars in Sagittarius gives you the courage to leap, and it wants to move forward, full of adventure and conviction, while Uranus is waving, hold up, expect the unexpected, and Taurus energy is saying, okay, stop. It's like a checkpoint. Are you walking your truth? Or are you just talking about it? Or are you walking it? Are your values aligned with your actions? All that is Taurus energy. Now, the next thing in the first week is happening is Uranus going back to Taurus. That's also, so first week is really full. So Uranus is going back to Taurus on November 7th. So it is in retrograde. Now it is moving back to Taurus where it was there from 2018. So it is circling back. It's the final round. So I would say Taurus is all about stability, right? And Uranus shakes that stability. Uranus is that jolt, that electrifying energy. It shakes that stability. So you have been feeling it's in 2018, wherever Uranus, Taurus in your chart, your stability is being shaken. right? So now, and Taurus is teaching you to ground yourself in you instead of, looking for that stability from outside or from your old routines. There is this inner security which Uranus in Taurus always teaches you, the inner security. So real security is not about the plans that perfectly perfectly uh, planned things, you have mapped out for yourself, or holding things we think keep us safe. But it is about knowing about the worthiness that I'm capable, I have the support I need, the universe has always have a back, I can handle what come my way. It's all Uranus and Taurus energy. So you will go back and you will relive those moments, and Uranus will see and reassess that, have you learned that lesson? Have you learned that? Do you really trust yourself? And do you have the confidence of that power which comes from within? That's all will be tested when the Uranus moves to Taurus, right? And it will be in the Taurus until April 2026. So it is a reflecting period. So whatever it has taught you, all the themes will resurface for you. And it is the only question will be that, do you really trust your capabilities? Or are you embracing yourself? Are you grounded? And are you self reliant? All that will be tested and will be shown to you. So that is what the first week look like, all about inner stability, inner security, all that. So with that, this is the first week from my side. Astrologically, what do you have there in the tarot? Let's see what comes up.
Let's have a look what message we are getting. I also want to remind everyone that I do weekly videos as well with a very quick message on Instagram and Facebook. You can also go check those ones together with this video every week. Okay, so for the first week, we are being asked to make sure that we stay balanced, knowing that whatever is happening is just right. Lots, yeah, okay. Yeah, definitely, we're going, a period of transformation has happened. Now we need to somehow ground that transformation we've gone through, knowing that it is for our it is for our best because of the Wheel of Fortune. And that is the King of Wands. That's Leo, I think, King of Wands. Okay. So yeah, it's really being, again, go and have a look at what you are passionate about, but stay grounded around and knowing that whatever are your passions and desires, will be for your betterment. Now, also we have the beautiful nine of cups, which is wishes are coming through in time. Yeah. Oh, those, honestly, whatever it's happening, the first week, if you do find it rocky, just embrace it because these are beautiful cards. Those are the cards of independency, sovereignty, mentally getting better. As a summary, I am getting though that although this is all good, okay, you are being asked to keep in check yourself if you start feeling overwhelmed, which also means take time to ponder and rest. Because there's so much going on, but it is for your highest good. Okay, whatever it's happening on the first week, I know it might be a lot, and I know it's going to be a lot. However, it is there for you to become your true self and sovereign being. So if you do need to take time to rest, ponder, recuperate, ground yourself, not just once during the day, but several times, go for it. Knowing that everything is there for you. All those twists and turns that the planets are doing are there for you, for your betterment.
Yeah. And it is for you to, it's not a test, but for you to reassess your values and what is important for you. And, integrating your inner security. Um, yeah. So with that, we'll move to week 2, which is from 8th of November to 14th of November. So actually, it starts with, again, a retrograde. It's a retrograde month. All the planets are retrograde except Mars and Pluto. So Mercury goes retrograde in Sagittarius at 6 degrees. So we all know what retrograde means. Your travel plans might get delayed, communication may be misunderstood, big ideas might feel scattered, but always, I say, don't be scared of Mercury retrograde. It isn't a chaos for just the sake of it, right? So Mercury retrograde is always about, again, the cosmic invitation to pause, rethink, and realign. Always. That's why it happens twice in a year, 3 times in a year sometimes. So as Mars is from last week is still charging ahead, but Mercury retrograde asks us to slow down mentally and also and revisit our old plans, double check our details, and ready to see things from new perspective. And also, I would like to mention that on November 12th, the ruler of the Mars, which is in um, uh, Jupiter, it turns retrograde in Cancer. So Jupiter also turning retrograde. So it is going to deepen your inner work, right? So your home, family, sense of security becomes your uh, focal point, and you might reassess your priorities, notice patterns that need readjusting. So the entire week from November 8th to 14th is all about reassessment, as it is Mercury retrograde period. The week 2 is retrograde period. The Jupiter goes retrograde and Mercury goes retrograde. So that's it for week 2. So if you want to do the cards, you can do it, or we can move to
Let's
week
just
3.
have a quick look on what
Yeah.
advice do we have for the second week. I felt like I honestly feel already the retrograde of Mercury. I've
Yeah, the
noticed
shadow
it.
period has started.
I
Yeah.
already noticed it with computer not working,
Yep.
passwords
Yeah.
lost, and cards.
Yeah, we entered the shadow period day before yesterday, really.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, yeah, I love it. So let's have a look for the second
You
week.
do? It's just like time to stop.
Second week. Oh, wow. Yeah, we're gonna be feeling very unbalanced on the second week.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's the energy
This
coming
week is
in.
all about
See,
reassessment.
again, the energy has already come in. The energy of those retrogrades, it's already here. But again, while we might feel ungrounded and unbalanced and not even wanting to go out and be with people because the four of wands is in reverse. I feel like it's a time to still make wishes for what kind of abundance do you want moving forward. Again, the Wheel of Fortune. Again, we got the same cards as before. Look at that.
Yeah.
The message is what we keep getting on the fact that it's a period of revising things, but it is again revising for our betterment. If you do feel ungrounded and not wanting to go out, or go and find the things that do give you balance and stability. Okay.
Mm.
And again, it's a period of transformation the second week.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
same cards, and I mix them.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah, it's all
focus
about
on
reassessment. Yeah.
focus on
Revalue.
focus on what you're passionate about, and do your best to move away from what no longer serves you. Go on your discovery journey. It is probably time of discovery of what is it that you really need.
Mm. Yeah,
Look, all the cards are coming upside down. I feel like those are all the retrogrades.
yeah. It's so much of retrograde this month. Like it's like
Is a Saturn in retrograde as well?
Saturn. Saturn is in
Ah, look,
retrograde too.
look at this. This is Saturn retrograde.
Look
What
at
about
that.
this? Let me have a look at this.
Neptune. So Saturn is retrograde, except Mars. Sun and Moon never go in retrograde. So except Mars, everything else is in retrograde.
Yeah, I wondered.
Pluto just went direct last month. Anyways, so let's move on to week 3. So again, it's an intense week. It's a Scorpio deep dive. So it's a Scorpio week. It's full of Scorpio energy. Again, it's a very deep, intense, a psychological. I always say Scorpio is psychological. It's a very psychological energy. It's an undercurrents of mind. Oh my goodness. Look at the words I'm using for this week. So what happens on week 3 is, which is from November 15 to 21, is Mercury is retrograding back from Sagittarius. It moves to Scorpio. So this time Mercury is retrograding into 2 signs. So it's going to stay in Scorpio until it goes direct. That is November 29. So November 18 to 29, Mercury will be in Scorpio. So as I say, Mercury in Scorpio is a very psychological placement. It is it's want to know the truth. It wants to have the conversation which it has avoided for a long time. It has very strong emotions which it can't process. So it is Mercury retrograde in Scorpio is always, it's like the mind diving deep to meet the soul. That's how I will express it. So also the Mercury has been in Scorpio last month in October. So you must have been processing something. This time it is going deeper with the retrograde. So think about if you were processing something in October, and this time it will go a little bit deeper. But it will also be joined by Venus, which will slip into Scorpio on November 6th. So it will join the Sun there, and Mercury is also there. So together, it is very, very strong Scorpio energy, soul deep. So if something is not soul deep, it's not real. That would be a mantra for that week. You will be digging deeper, everything. Oh, this is not making sense. It is not real because, it's not, I cannot feel it. It's not stirring my soul, so it's not real. That you would be saying to yourself for everything. So when these things happen, when Mercury, Sun, Venus, everything is retrograde, a lot of times the secrets surface, the desires might intensify, your emotional truths become non-negotiable. So this is a week when the universe asks you, or you ask the universe, or you ask yourself, am I connecting to at the soul level, or I'm playing at the surface level with everything, with your passion, with your people, with the things you are doing? So it is an invitation to realign your thinking with what Uranus in Taurus has been teaching you all along, because Uranus in Taurus is opposite to whatever is happening. So these two things are opposing. So you might be asking yourself that something which is not built on trust, if it is built on control or planning, but not on trust in yourself, you don't want to go ahead with it. So the trust, which is I'm capable, I'm supported, that I can flow. It's not about control, that I'm doing it because I want to be in absolute control, or it's based on planning things from your head. But I trust. I might not have all the answers, but it feels right to me. So that is what you will be reviewing in this week. And if you have planets from 20 degrees Scorpio to 6 degrees Sagittarius, you will hear this voice even louder. This voice will be very, very, this noise will be louder, really, that this foundation which I've built is based on trust or not. So then after that, the new moon also falls in Scorpio. So it intensifies that Scorpio energy. So the new moon in Scorpio is 28 degree on 20th of November. After that, so honestly, it's a very, 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 very big new moon. It's not another, easy new moon. It's going to be very intense, layered, and deeply transformative, especially because all these planets are in Scorpio. Also, Mercury retrograde is Kazimi. Kazimi means the Mercury is sitting in the sun, like they are really in the heart of the sun. Because Kazimi is very strong because you have gained insights at that time. So the Mercury, the new moon, the sun is Kazimi with, there's Mercury Kazimi. So when that happens, and it is all happening opposite Uranus, another thing. So it lies a lot of electrifying energy. There's a lot of deep rewiring happening. And when the Mercury Kazimi happens, it is like a total mental reset which happens. Old thoughts burn away. And you can sometimes, because of new insight, you will see things more clearly. It is not going to be foggy anymore, right? Because something will just arise because of the Mercury Kazimi. So it's the time, I would say, is to rewire your thinking, let go of the mental loops that don't serve you. So use this new moon to speak your new story into your being, because that has been happening all this month. Send your energy, because it's Mercury Kazumi, through your words, your thoughts, and emotions, what you actually want to create, like aligned with your this new self which you have become. Let go of fear, overthinking, what ifs. It's Scorpio energy is very raw. It's a primal energy. It's raw, emotional, honest. It's all about transforming through truth. So also, because all this happening opposite Uranus, again, sudden flashes of insight, like, aha moments. You might feel it intensely. You might realize something. So I would say this whole year has been a master class in Uranus. We have been talking about Uranus, right? So, and Uranus always teaches to trust in your own capability and also the universe, because things happen and you have to. Uranus teaches us you have to let go of control. You cannot control anything. So you have to just believe that universe has our back. You have been supported in this. So this new moon ties all this together, with all these flashes. So it's like purge, release, and rise. What's there for week
Let's have a
3?
look. Well, we're being asked. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna layer all of it. Okay, yeah. Surrender. And that's the surrender, like it's um oh wow, okay. Oh wow, there it is. Let go. Let go of anything that hurts you, even if you're in it. Ah, wow.
More
There's
vibrators. Look at
the
those.
moon card. Oh wow. So many oh
Yeah,
wow.
week 3
Okay.
is very intense, very intense. Mm.
Okay. Look, this is the bottom line of it. I'm just gonna do in few words. It's not going to be an easy week. So every opportunity you have for celebration, like come up with, honestly, start coming up with ideas. Whatever comes into you. Okay, I want to celebrate this. I want to celebrate that, because it's gonna be such a heavy week. That one, like full of disappointment, still feeling hurt, not being able to stand up for yourself, not like I never seen anything like this. So take any excuse just to celebrate yourself. Take any excuse to maybe be with people that uplift you, because you're being really asked to let go of whatever hurts you. So if you guys are not emotionally aware, or you are not really aware of what's going on in your head, you're gonna find a very, very heavy week.
Hmm.
And if you are like that, please take the advice I'm giving you now of find any excuse to go and do the things that make you happy. Because again, it's the energy is coming. We've seen this from the beginning. With this ace came in at the beginning of all the readings, and there's going to be a lot of things happening that are there to cause conflict. People are going to be feeling all over the place. And all we are being asked is to trust, go with the flow, trust. This is pretty much a wake-up call. You're going to go to a wake-up call where you're going to be feeling drained. You're going to be feeling like there is no way out of this. So, yeah, just take any opportunity you have to go out, have fun, surround yourself with the people that lift you up, and you need to work on your trusting. That's what we're
That's so
getting out of
true.
that.
I would say, yeah, I agree. I would say that be that phoenix rising from the ashes. I just got a tattoo of the phoenix. Reborn into new way of thinking, speaking, and creating from then on. Like, from this point on, it's like embodying a new story, not living the old one. So obviously, when you leave the old story, it's going to hurt, but you're going to embody a new one, a new story. So that's what this week 3 looks like. Now going on week 4, I guess week 4 doesn't have much, but it is like opening new horizons. So it's not that heavy. The heaviness is starting to lift from November 21. But you were talking about celebrating. So after November 20, you will feel like you want to celebrate, like the inner child wakes up because the sun moves into Sagittarius, which is obviously Sagittarius is a very easy uplifting energy because it can see the bigger picture. So Mars is already in Sagittarius, so it amplifies the courage to leave, and you will definitely be tethered to your emotional truth because of Jupiter being retrograde, but you will feel adventurous, with Sun being in Sagittarius. And on November 26th, Venus in Scorpio is going to form the trine with Jupiter and then with Saturn. So you will make meaningful connections. You will move forward with clarity and purpose. So it's like a cosmic shift, and you will feel like you have got this moment. This energy is going to make you feel that, whatever it has happened, you have got this. Like, you have got this, Anvita. You have got this, Xenia. You can do it. So this week 4 is going to be, you will feel that way. You will feel that, yeah, life is hard, but I can do it. So also Mercury, November 29, Mercury stations direct again on November 29. Venus finally enters Sagittarius on November 30. So that will bring the fun, flirtation, freedom, little sparkle to wrap up the month. You feel a little, it is like a satisfying twist to your story of this month. You have navigated intensity, faced your fears, and now you are ready to step into something bigger, with courage and with a lot of heart and openness to whatever to come. So what does it show in your cards? Is it more uplifting energy?
Okay. Well, we're getting this. Yeah, we're definitely being asked not to give up the last week. Things are still not really bright, so we're being asked to stay grounded and only to focus on the few things we can control, okay, or all the things you can do, okay. Yeah, definitely. They're asking you while things are not great, you really need to focus on only the things you can make a difference on. And that's, yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, look, to be honest with you, the only thing is this, or maybe what we are also being asked for is to realize of what is it that doesn't make you happy? What is it that doesn't make you happy? And then do something about it. Because I feel like being this in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles being under it, you are really going to be realizing what makes you unhappy, and that's a gift. So you can work on it and start planting those seeds so you can get rid of it.
Mm.
It's going to be a very emotional week.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the end of it. It's the end of a cycle. It's the end of a cycle where you're going to be lifting up, where you are going to upgrading, and at the same time, it's a period where you can actually look back at how far you came,
Mm.
and all the heaviness you have felt emotionally, it's all now in the past, like exactly what you said, Amira. I'm looking at those two cards together. And it's a time where, I mean, it's only going to be 4 weeks from Christmas, where we are going to be wanting to reconnect with family and friends, and relive the happy moments we had in our childhood, or connected with children, wanting to help others. So yeah, so stay open-minded with that. So yeah, again, while Amrita says it's going to be lighter than the rest of the month, I think it's a week where you are being given the opportunity to really understand what it is that doesn't make you happy, and do something about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously, we'll be feeling the last 3 weeks which have passed by, but yeah, as I said, that you'll also feel a bit lighter, feeling that I've got this after going through all that in the past 3 weeks. But it will be heavy emotionally because it's a transformational energy.
Yeah.
So, I guess if I have to wrap it up, November, I would say that as I started, like November is about circling back to the lessons we learned earlier this year. But this time, those things will resurface, but we will meet them differently and we'll see our own growth, that how we'll meet them, because we have changed so much. So it's like reassessing and reviewing. Um, so we are not who we were in January or even in October. So this retrograde season in November, we will see that we have become a little bit more wiser, braver, and a lot more real, I would say. So this month isn't about getting it all perfectly. It's about being present to whatever arises. You might feel that you don't have answers to everything. You just need to be, as I say, just be awake, not be sleeping to those things which happen, and be honest, connected to your own truth, whatever it is for you, your truth. Because Uranus also always remind us, because it just, it's like this electrifying energy which just shifts things, and it's just so sudden. So it teaches us that the security is not external, it comes from within us. Uranus is all about, teaching us real security, which is in us, that I can handle everything and trust in the universe. So in November, my guidance would be trust the timing, breathe, and as we close this chapter of November, ask yourself what part of me is ready to rise now, right? Because October, this entire month is cracking us open. This entire year is cracking us open. And November is going to stir all this up. And I hopefully December will integrate it to live a new version of ourselves. Yeah, which has been slowly emerging as we went through every month with the Uranus, you know, bringing all the shocks and the electrifying moments in our life. So, yeah, trust yourself. That's what I say. And do you want to go do a card for the entire November or no?
Yeah, we did it at the beginning, but let's just have a look.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
just
maybe
as
just one card.
one last message. What's one last message? Yeah, take time to rest and ponder. November. The energy is going to be very fast, and you have to be absolutely discerning.
So true, so true.
Yeah, there is going to be like the four of swords definitely represent taking time to rest, recuperate, rejuvenate. The energy is going to be very, very fast. The Knight of Swords. And even if you feel the impulsiveness to do things or say stuff or whatever, just make sure that you have thought about it before anything. Feel like this is all Mercury stuff, to be honest, and be very, very discerning. And at the same time, when all of this goes, apart from being discerning, make sure that you do have in hand the right strategies to deal with the energies of the month.
Sure.
Yeah, you really need to work on your emotional side.
That
Now,
was
Anvita, would you like to tell people where they can find you, where they can find you to get some of your charts or some of
yeah,
your readings?
yeah. You can see my details down below. It's Sky Astrology on Facebook, so you can book yourself on Instagram and Facebook, or you can write to me on Sky Astrology, skyastrology.com,
Perfect.
.gmail.com.
Beautiful. Yes, I will put all Anvita's links below in the description box below. If you want any tarot readings again, yes, just email me or send me a text message or a private message. If you have any questions for us or do you need any clarification for the next video, comment below as well. Put a comment. And
And if you have a feedback,
yeah,
we
give us
always
some feedback. We love some feedback.
want
You know,
to.
if there are, if you, for example, have any ideas of question which we should ask the cards for next month, just go for it. You know, we're more than happy to make this video more suitable for you as well. Doesn't have to be the way we do it. Can be something different. And if you need any help with becoming a master of your emotions, reach out so I can give you some coaching on that. I'm actually planning to put together a three-session pack in preparation for Christmas and the stress that Christmas creates for some. And I guess I wasn't prepared for this, but I think this pack is actually very helpful for, in general, leading into calmness for the energies that are coming in November. So funny enough. So yeah, reach out if you need any help. Otherwise, we'll see you next month.
Yeah, bye bye.